fight quite comfortable, but I just second half of the fight, just gassed.
You move forward now. Have you got the hunger back? Can you beat Jürgen Bremer?
I've got the hunger back because, you know, I've got a new target now, light heavyweight, back to where I belong. Jürgen Bremer, WBA world champion. That's the target. Eddie Hearn and Carlos Sauerland have spoken, and it looks like we're pretty much set for September now, myself and Jürgen Bremer. September's the date and the month set, so I'm excited by that.
You've got to impress in May, though, obviously. Show you're still a force at light heavyweight.
That's it. Let's show I can make light heavyweight in May, which I can, and come back with an impressive performance. Let's set this Bremer fight up, and September is when it's going to happen. And I'm confident I'm going to do this and you know, reign and become world champion again. You think you'll have to travel for it? I believe so. I think Germany's going to be the destination. But I'm more than happy to do that. I just want that opportunity to fight for that world title. And if it means going to Germany, let's do it.
A chance at redemption. That's all we've got time for. My thanks to Nathan for joining us. He'll go back into training, but at least he now knows exactly who the target is.
On all screens, on the go, and the best bits on demand.
Sport. We all talk about it, but I get to live it. I get the VIPs from A to B. All right, Frank. Is this the closest you get to sport? No, that's Betway. Live streaming, live odds, bet in play. Because whatever you think you know, right now, anything could happen.
With a free bet worth up to £50. Live sport, bet your way at betway.com.
With Hungry House, your favourite food is always at your fingertips. So enjoying a delicious takeaway has never been easier. Choose from thousands of restaurants. Online now, cooking now, and delivering direct to your door. Hungry House, the easy way to take away.
Winston Wolfe, I fix problems. May I come in? You must be Lucy. Your computer, TV, and bike have been stolen, right?
Right.
And you've sent photos of these items to Direct Line.
Yeah.
Then if all is good, replacements will be ready to send within 8 hours. Now, Lucy, there are people out there who can make sure this never happens to you again.
What will they do?
Fit a burglar alarm.
Get 1/3 off rail fares for you and the person you travel with most for just £30 a year. The Two Together rail card. Where will it take you?
He's lonely, he's awkward, he's lost contact with the object of his obsession. And now he's lashing out.
How far would you go? Would you hire someone to stalk him?
Los Angeles Police!
Lieutenant David, warrant for pursuit.
Are you insinuating something, Detective? It's a question.
He's taunting us.
The unmissable brand new series.
Our stalker prefers to be in the shadows.
Stalker returns. Monday the 30th of March at 10 on Sky Living HD.
You're watching Sky Sports 3, your home of football.
From the first to the last minute, every moment matters. Sky Sports coverage of the SPFL, sponsored by William Hill.
A legendary player returns to rescue Rangers. On their journey back, they've lost their way. Stuart McCall's had a frustrating start. Home draws against the bottom two. Next, Hibs, who heaped humiliation on McCall's predecessors in the push for the playoffs.
A dazzling display from Hibs. Craig! Exhilarating! Astounding for the men in green. Phenomenal goal! It's glory, glory to the Hibees and some.
3 wins out of 3 against the Ibrox men for Alan Stubbs' Hibernian. Only once before have Rangers lost all 4 league games against one club in one season. Hibs have momentum. They've won their last 5 championship games and are unbeaten in 13. But top goal scorer Jason Cummings is today ruled out. Rangers have just 1 victory from their last 9 games. A decade on from Helicopter Sunday here at Easter Road. It's Hibs who are flying now. Watch this SPFL Championship clash on Sky Go. It's also available in wonderful high definition on Sky Sports 3 HD. Hearts will clinch the championship title today if Hibs don't win this one. Mathematically, Rangers can't now catch Hearts. The champions will be automatically promoted. For 2nd, 3rd and 4th, it's the playoffs. Hearts, Hibs and Rangers, 3 of the biggest clubs in Scotland, all want to escape the championship at the first attempt. This one game means so much to all 3 clubs. Neil McCann, Rangers can't therefore mathematically be promoted. Who'd have thought that at the start of the season? Why are Hearts and Hibs above them?
Both Edinburgh sides play a better brand of football. They've been a lot more exciting. They've played with more energy, enthusiasm, application, and above all that, confidence. They've got at the minute. I think Rangers are really fragile. I think they look vulnerable even when their goals up in games against sides who you think are far superior than, and they just seem to buckle under a little bit of pressure. So that's why the Edinburgh sides are better than Rangers at the minute. There's still time for Rangers to address the problems that they have. There's still time for Stuart McCall to get inside the heads of the Rangers players, because the squad on paper is good enough. They just haven't performed right. I'm just not sure there's enough time to start tinkering too much with formations and have a safety net that you can give away points, because Falkirk are sniffing around them, Queenie South are right on their backsides as well. So they need to get it right, and they need to get it done quickly so that when the playoffs come around, they're in a good frame of mind.
They say that confidence comes from preparation and work. Rangers, you said it when you were here in December, don't look fit enough. Can he get them fit in time?
Well, they might not be able to get them up to the fitness levels of Hearts and Hibs, because they are flying and they've got a young, energetic side, as I said. But there's always time to get players fitter. You just have to adjust it. You can't just go hammering in and give them a real doing through in the week and expect them to be sparkling come a Saturday. It's little bits, whether it's little introductions of higher tempo games, so when a match time comes around, they're at a level where they've been training at a higher level. So the match time, it isn't such a great jump to try and reach those application levels. And I watched them again on Tuesday night against Alloa, and there still wasn't evidence enough for me that there's enough players in that side that are really pushing themselves to the maximum for the Rangers jersey. Not enough. That's a damning indictment. Stuart McCall said to me in midweek in his interview, which you can see on demand from Sky Sports, that the players should come off the pitch shattered if they've worked hard enough, and they're not. That's a damning indictment, is it not? It is, yeah, and that should be an absolute must. That should be just every punter that comes in to spend money, hard-earned money during the week to come and watch the side should just think that is a given. You give 100%. You wear a shirt, you give 100%. The quality, then the players can have bad games. And I don't believe that the Rangers players are not just slightly going through the motions. Yes, they're putting effort in, but it's just not enough effort. And I still believe that they're good enough to get results. They just have to be in a good enough position mentally, as I said, because you can never underestimate the mental side of football, that when the players come around, because they're going to have to beat Hibs. If they want to get up to the Premier League, they have to be in that place. Well, it's Stuart McCall's 3rd game in charge of Rangers. Can he get his first win today? Here he is now with Luke Shanley.
Stuart, you've changed the formation. Is this the secret formula to finally beat Hibs?
No, listen, only time will tell. Obviously, you know, the injury, the last-minute injury there to young Walshy, sort of, we made us rejig a little bit. No, we want to come, we've got a game plan, we want to impress our game on them, if you like. We know what a good side Hibs are and what areas they try to hurt us in. So it's about us. We're not just coming here to sit back and defend. We need to get at them as well and try to play on the front foot.
Are the players buying into what you said at your first press conference in terms of working harder in games?
Listen, the proof will be in the pudding at the end of the season. But you know, they've worked hard in training. You know, the 2 games we've had, the results haven't been great. Certainly the performance against Livingston wasn't fantastic, but against Alloa we should have won the game without a doubt. But we can't keep looking back and what's gone on in previous months or weeks, whatever. We've got, what, 2.5 months to make a mark on this league and get ourselves out of this league, and that's what we intend to do.
Well, let's look forward then. Is this game important, not just for the points, but potentially a psychological boost ahead of a potential playoff meeting?
Well, it could be, yeah, obviously. First and foremost, we want to start getting results on the board. By results, I mean victories. So that's where we aim to do today. But I take your point, Hibs have beat us 3 times and convincingly so in the 3 games we've had. So there is a little psychological edge for them at this moment in time. But again, I think the last game at Ibrox, there was nothing in between the sides. And hopefully the lads can go out today and show what really they're all about. And that's what we need. We need them to stand up now and perform like they can.
Good luck.
Cheers, thank you.
Hibs had a field day against Rangers, rigid 4-4-2 here in December. Why has he changed it today?
Well, I think you hit the nail on the head there. Hibs have enjoyed that formation, playing against that formation. There's too many gaps in the middle of the park, and Hibs flood the middle to play like a diamond in there, and there's such rotation within it, and I think that's why Stuart's addressed it. And fair play to him, he's not coming here ignorant to think, oh, my 4-4-2 and what I'm doing with the job and coming the impact I'm going to have with the players mentally is going to be good enough. He's tinkered with the shape, and that's to try and get a little bit more foothold in there and stop Hibs controlling the midfield area, because it's such an important part of the field. It helps you dominate possession, it links the front to the back, but the worry I have is that Hibs are very good going forward for the full-back areas. So Lee Wallace has got a big job, McGregor in the full-back positions as well, so he has tinkered a little bit, but I just still think that Hibs will have too much for them today, and then that comes down to energy levels with a youthfulness about their team and a real fluidity about their game.
Chris Boyd misses out for only the 3rd time this season. He's been dropped today. Let's hear from Alan Stubbs now, the Hibernian manager. It's with Luke Shanley.
Alan, for the 2nd game running against Rangers, you're under pressure to win. Everyone's expecting you to win. How do you deal with that?
Well, I think the fact that people are expecting us to win says how far we've come. So from that point of view, you know, we must be doing something right, but I wouldn't call it pressure. You know, I think we're enjoying our games at this moment in time, and when you're doing that, you don't think about pressure. And today's no different. We're at home, there'll be a big crowd here, and we're looking to get 3 points, no more. You know, we're not playing Rangers, we're playing a game, and most importantly, we want to try and win it and get 3 points.
Do you expect anything different from the opposition today with yet another manager?
Yeah, I do. I think they've changed their system. I think they're going to go 3 at the back, 5 in midfield and 2 up top, so we expect it to be different, but we know how we want to play. It's not going to alter how we play at all, and we want to try and grab hold of the game and take it by the scruff of the neck and get 3 points.
Good luck.
Cheers, thank you.
Well, Hibs have won their last 7 games in all competitions. They've got momentum, they've got confidence. What is it that's given them that?
They've been in sparkling form, and I think it's getting used to Alan's way of wanting to play, and started off the job, and it didn't start off brilliantly, but slowly but surely the players embraced what he was trying to do. I think they started to enjoy it, they started to express themselves. He's been shrewd in terms of his recruitment as well. He's brought in players that can fit into the system that he wants to play, and that's crucial. You can't just think, I'm going to play that formation, and you don't have the players to do it. Alan has, and they're brimming with confidence.
Well, Hearts can clinch the championship here today. And guess what? They're not even playing here. It's 2nd v 3rd, and it's live next.
Sky Sports coverage of the SPFL, sponsored by William Hill.
The Mercedes-Benz C-Class from £309 per month.
Matt Wallace tweeted, "The game's not on telly tonight, Paddy. Gutted." Well, we hear you, Matt, but not to worry. Paddy Power's app has got you covered. Just open up our shiny new Pitch View and follow all the action as it happens. Then have a look at the stats. That was Stoke's 81st throw-in. Ha! And if your team's under the cost, deep into squeaky bum time, you can always cash out early. Don't spend it all at once, Matty. Oh, he already has. That's scandalous. Download the Paddy Power app now. We hear you.
Volvic Juiced, bursting with fruitiness.
Visit one of our stores or shop online with free delivery on orders over £50. Plus 10% off your first online purchase. Claes Olsson, we can fix it.
You can fight all of these with one toothpaste. Colgate Total. Complete protection for a healthy mouth. Colgate Total, #1 toothpaste brand used by dentists.
Brilliant moments in Scotland are waiting right now to be caught and tasted, marvelled at and dived on, stumbled upon and danced with, hand-picked, toasted. And in 2015, our year of food and drink, you can savour every one of them. So what are you waiting for? Plan your brilliant break today at visitscotland.com.
Vogliamo prenderci un caffè?
Adesso?
Abbiamo un ritmo che fa così e questo ritmo vuol dire che il mio salvo
Lo fanno bene il caffè qui.
To be stricken by tuberculosis on the eve of playing rugby for your country would break most people. But not Bill McLaren. He started commentating in the hospital ping pong to make the others smile and found a way back to the game he loved.
He's like a runaway buffalo, isn't he? And the magician couldn't have done it any better. Lawson must score for Scotland. What a try! We haven't had scenes like this in Murrayfield since 1925. As slippery as a baggie of a border burn is Brian Redpath there.
The eyes of the golfing world now turn to Augusta and Rory McIlroy.
Sky Sports coverage of the SPFL, sponsored by William Hill.
We're live at Easter Road Stadium for Hibernian against Rangers. If Hibs don't win this one, their local rivals Hearts will clinch the championship title and automatic promotion today. Can Hibs or that Rangers team there join them in the Premiership via the playoffs? The commentators now are the former Hibernian striker Andy Walker and Ian Crocker.
Well, Hibernian have been going from strength to strength, from win to win. Rangers have been going from weakness to weakness, from draw to draw. Hibs have won their last 5 games in the Championship. Rangers have drawn their last 5. And therein lies a story. Therein lies the difference. Hibs hoping to make history by completing a clean sweep against Rangers in the league. 4 wins out of 4. Only Celtic have done that to Rangers before. It is second against third in the Championship, and watching on from a lofty height are Hearts, who will be crowned champions today if Hibs don't win here. almost ready for action at Easter Road. Hibs are without their top scorer, Jason Cummings, who has a knee problem, but there's a timely return from injury for their second highest scorer, Dominic Malonga. There's one other change from the Cowdenbeath game. Paul Hanlon rested for that one, replaces Keith Watson. David Gray has scored twice against Rangers. Everyone in this team has scored this season, including the goalkeeper. Rangers make two changes from their latest draw with Alloa. Young Tom Wolfs has tweaked a hamstring and Chris Boyd is left out. Bilel MOHSNI comes in for a rare start as Stuart McCall goes with a back three. Kenny Miller is in from the off too at the club where he started his career. Nicky Clark scored both goals against Alloa. Sam Stanton has been Hibs' most used sub this season, coming on 16 times, so there's a good chance we'll see him. Former Hearts players Ian Black and David Templeton are back in town and on the Rangers bench. David Gray had never scored before this season. He now has 3 goals and 2 of those came against Rangers, including an early stunner here back in December. Kenny Miller started his career at Hibs before leaving to join Rangers first time around. He's due a goal, he's yet to score in 2015. Stuart McCall never lost here as Motherwell manager. Alan Stubbs aiming for 4 league wins in 4 against Rangers. Willie Collum is the referee. He's about to get us going. Hibs won 3-1 at Ibrox in September, 2-0 there last month. In between, they thumped Rangers 4-0 here. They've won all 3 league matches with something to spare each time.
Well, I've been so impressed with what Alan Stubbs has done here at Hibs. He's put together an excellent young side, full of talented individuals. They play as a team. And you look at Rangers, complete opposite. I haven't seen them recently. They'll do well to get anything out of today's game, but they must handle that pressure and show the Rangers supporters that they care.
Well, if ever there was a day for this Rangers team to turn in a performance, today is the day. The suffering supporters are certainly due something back. MOHSNI making a rare start of late. Rangers switching to a back 3. It's Lee Wallace who will take this throw. Zaliukas, formerly of Hearts, not getting much of a welcome here, obviously. Lee McCulloch over towards Lee Wallace. It's away by David Gray. Fraser Fivey. Scott Allen. Hibs have won their last 7 matches in all competitions. Rangers, which is 1 win in 9 games. An awful run. Robertson. Stevenson. Henry Bell made his return after missing most of the season through injury last week. 7 months out. Nicky Clark, who scored both goals against Alloa last week, but it ended in yet another draw, a 5th draw in a row for Rangers. Gregor, Murdoch, Nicky Law now. McGeoch moved in. Dean Shields facing his former club. And it's broken kindly here for Fivey. Malonga is close by. JJ is in the box. Malonga sold David Gray well short there. Chance for Lee Wallace away. Wallace skipping away from Robertson, but he couldn't smuggle it through to Kenny Miller. That was as good as it got for Lee Wallace on that occasion. Here's MOHSNI. David Gray almost taking out the corner flag, but prevented a corner. Shields is close to Wallace, but it looks like he might go a little longer. Then again, perhaps not. It's another throw. Wallace, Miller. Decent cross from Miller, but it's duly dealt with by Fontaine. Lewis Stevenson should marshal that behind for a goal kick. Bit of a waste that for Rangers.
Yeah, poor throw in from McGregor, but certainly they've got the new formation that Stuart McCall has put in place today with the three at the back. These early stages, they're getting Lee Wallace down the left. That cross that came in earlier from Kenny Miller. McGregor was in the box.
Hibs have an energy and a vibrancy about them just now, and the same cannot be said for Rangers, who've lurched from one poor performance to another in what's been a dreadful season for them. Allen, 5e is offside.
Well, they need to make sure they're in tune. When you've got the three at the back, there's Lucas, McCulloch and MOHSNI. McCulloch should be the leader, he's the captain, but he'd stepped out there.
The playoffs beckon for these two teams, although Rangers looking over their shoulder even when it comes to that. Queen of the South and Falkirk not far behind. McGregor. It's a Hibs throw. Down McGregor, who joined Rangers after his contract expired at St Mirren. Nicky Law. Tracked here by McGeoch. Rangers have spent most of the early minutes in the Hibs half. McGregor preparing to launch this. It's Lee Wallace, but it comes to nothing.
I think that's a chance, because once he chested down Lee Wallace, he should do better with the ball at his right foot.
5e seeking out Malonga. It's a foul by Murdoch, and a free kick in a terrific position here for Hibs.
Well, Malonga does well with the control. The pass to him was terrific from Fraser 5e down the right-hand side. Lovely diagonal. An excellent first touch. Instant control from Malonga that gave Rangers a problem.
The ball had been booted away in the meantime, hence a minor delay here. Scott Allen placing it. Out comes the spray. Cammy Bell has sorted out his wall. Could this be a key early moment in this contest at Easter Road? Malonga and Allen over the free kick. Allen looking the favourite. A couple of Hibs players in that wall as well. Scott Allen. Stevenson. Robertson. JJ helps it on. Hanlon's still up there. MOHSNI has to clear it. McGeoch. chance for Hibs.
Well, he should have done better, but I've got to say, MOHSNI has completely misjudged this cross ball. You look at MOHSNI here, he's aware of Fontaine, but he gets a yard or so behind him. Just looks a bit sluggish, MOHSNI. Terrific ball into the box from McGear. That should at least the goalkeeper.
Kenny Miller shows interest. McGear. Here's Robertson. Fivey. Allen. That's not quite going to work. Straight through to Cammy Bell. Now MOHSNI. Murdoch. Just evaded Allen. Wallace chasing this, but David Gray first to it. And he has eventually secured a goal kick.
Yeah, Murdoch did well in the middle of the park, just winning that ball in possession. Elected for the longer pass to try and get Wallace in, who seems to be playing more from middle to front now.
Mark Oxley, who scored on his league debut against Livingston back in August with a long kick upfield. Everyone in this Hibs team amongst the goals this season. It's off the head of Zaliukas. Scott Allen. Hanlon. Rangers did beat Hibs in the Challenge Cup at the start of this season, although needed extra time. And we're playing against 10 men. Hibs have won the 3 league meetings since in emphatic fashion as well. Top by McGregor, it's come kindly here to Clark. Dean Shields arrived on the scene.
Well, it comes from nothing. I mean, it's just a long ball forward from the by kick. McGregor does well in the air. Eventually, that layoff, I think it's absolutely perfect for Dean Shields. You expect a player of his quality to find the target, work the goalkeeper.
Dean Shields, who spent 5 years at Hibs. Allen holding off Murdoch. And then we'll go back to Oxley. Fontaine. Flick from Malonga. Robertson couldn't continue. Murdoch. And again. Young Tom Walsh would have been starting again for Rangers, but for a hamstring tweak. It's been a bright spot in the last couple of matches. Zaliukas, who spent 7 years with Hibs Edinburgh rivals Hearts. MOHSNI. Tom by Clark for Wallace. Sent out by David Gray, who has certainly excelled for Hibs. And when these two teams met here in December, he'd already given Hibs the lead with a scorching strike. Ivy sent back by McCulloch to Miller. Scott Allen steps in for Hibs though. Scott Allen was a man of the match in that 4-0 win at Christmas. Started at Dundee United. Moved to West Brom, didn't really work out for him. It's a rather awkward kick from Cammy Bell.
Careless, sloppy, no need for that. Just puts Rangers on the back foot.
Wallace away. Murdoch. Hanlon. Allen for McGeoch. Nicky Law. And Nicky Clark getting involved.
Yeah, just 15 minutes gone. You look at the possession. I think Rangers will be happier with the start that they've made. Certainly got more territory, I think, in Hibs' defensive third. They are able, with the ball in the goalkeeper's hands, for McGregor to push right on the right, Wallace on the left-hand side.
Murdoch. Zaliukas. McCulloch. Fontaine's clearance comes to Nicky Law, who has to see off McGeoch. Shields. Clear foul by Allen.
Good skill from Dean Shields up against a player who's got similar ability in Scott Allen, but he got the better of him there, and again just allowing Rangers to get this ball into the box. They look decent in the air this afternoon.
MOHSNI lurking furthest away from this free kick. Shields will take it, and it's well over the head of MOHSNI. Pretty poor.
It's a real waste. I mean, Dean Shields has got to give his teammates a chance to go and attack something there. McCulloch had gone up, MOHSNI's there.
Hibs unbeaten in their last 13 matches. They made a poor start to the season, which was perhaps inevitable after relegation, but Alan Stubbs soon got them into their stride. Hooked away by Nicky Law. Robertson, foul by Shields. Allen. Skipping past Wallace and Miller. Robertson. The plan was to get Stevenson on the end of that.
Yeah, he just forced the play there, Scott Robertson. No real need for it. Had men forward in comfortable positions. If it's not on, just bring it back.
Rangers with 5 draws in a row. A decade has passed since they last went 6 games without winning. Stuart McCall, though, won 7 out of 8 matches against Hibs as Motherwell manager. We'll be hoping that kind of record continues now he's in charge of Rangers. Shields, Law. McGregor. Shields. And it's a foul by Lewis Stevenson.
Dean Shields complaining, he just held him back with the jersey there, but the linesman spotted it. It's given them a foul. What they need now is a bit of quality into the box to allow these players, McCulloch, MOHSNI, and McGregor's in there as well. They've got a good aerial threat here, Rangers.
How will Hibs cope with this? It's Nicky Law then to float it in. On by Kenny Miller and away by Scott Robertson. Wallace. Allen. Just clipped there by Shields. Willie Collum on the spot.
Getting a round of applause from the home supporters who appreciate that skill. Tight situations, he's so comfortable, even when he's closed down by 1 or 2 opponents.
It's bounced off Nicky Clark. Celtics, Lee Griffiths back at his old home, watching the action here. Nicky Law is down hurt for Rangers. And he still is. And Hibs, in fact, Hibs are going to have to do the decent thing.
Not according to the home supporters, it's not decent. But hopefully he's okay here, Nicky Law. Just involved in a collision, more so with his own teammate Darren McGregor than Dylan McGeer.
Nicky Law, the only Rangers player who's started every game this season. Clattered by one of his teammates there, Darren McGregor. Painful for Nicky Law. Kenny Black has linked up with Stuart McCall. They were together at Motherwell.
No, is it his ribs? Just clattered into the stomach there, the rib area. Hopefully he'll be able to recover.
Nicky Law, who did so well for Stuart McCall at Motherwell. Nicky Law returns, quarter of the contest gone, it's goalless at Easter Road. Not many glimpses of goal yet.
Well, I think that's a mistake for Rangers to let Oxley come 10-15 yards outside his own box to get that ball forward. That's bouncing in and around their 18-yard box.
Hibs without their top scorer Jason Cummings due to a knee problem, and he scored 3 times against Rangers this season. And in Hibs' last 3 matches. 5E. Blocked by Clark, but a corner. Hanlon and Fontaine, naturally, will come up for this. David Gray, too. Rather blowy in that corner. Can vouch for that from earlier. Scott Allen takes it. Liam Fontaine's header drops well wide.
Well, he should have done better. You're not asking him to score here, Fontaine, but he meets the cross so well that you just want him to guide it towards the goal, see if they can get anything from the second ball.
Wonga and McCulloch collided there. Here's McGeoch. Stevenson. Kenny Miller. Lee Wallace. Now Wallace. Did David Gray take him out there? He did. It's going to be a free kick and a yellow card for Gray.
Really good first touch from Wallace, gets it away from Gray. It's a clear foul. And a decent opportunity now for Rangers. Wallace has spent most of the only 25 minutes playing from middle to front.
Nicky Law might well fancy having a go here.
Yeah, I think it's far enough away from that 18-yard line for him to get it up and over the wall. We've seen him do it before. This will be a real test for Mark Oxley.
Hibbs concerned. It's a useful free kick this for Nicky Law, but it's just over, just out.
Yeah, he gets over the wall but can't get it back down in time. Nicky Law is certainly capable of scoring from there.
And he has scored twice against Hibbs this season. But so many at Rangers, the goals have rather dried up lately. He's not alone in that respect. Not at all. Lee Wallace will take this throw. And he'll get the chance to do the same again. Stuart McCall shouting instructions to Kenny Miller. Nicky Clark, goal kick. After a long break, international football returns. We've got Scotland against Northern Ireland from 7:30 on Wednesday. That's on Sky Sports 5 and Sky Sports 1. And then a Euro qualifier for Scotland against Gibraltar next Sunday, 4:30, Sky Sports 1. There's a foul on Bilel MOHSNI there.
Well, Stubbs wasn't happy with that. Straight out to the fourth official. I think he's slightly frustrated, Alan Stubbs. I think he knows that his team haven't really started yet. There's a bit of an onus on them being the home side to get the ball down, to play, to pass it, use the width of the pitch. Not really get going yet.
Nicky Clark bounced off Fontaine. Nicky Law. McGregor. Zaliukas. Nicky Law, maybe an opening here for Rangers. Nicky Law determined to make it happen, but having to accept a corner in the end.
Yeah, Stevenson does well to get Scott Robertson out of jail, because he'd let Nicky Law run off him, and he almost got himself free inside the box to get a shot away.
MOHSNI making a late run here. Nicky Law's corner. It's going to be another one. Zaliukas was certainly in it, but so was Gray. Nicky Law will try again. Away by Fontaine. Retrieved here by Shields. Shadowed by Fivey. It's a decent return. Eventually cleared by McGeoch.
I think they're great opportunities for Rangers. They're not really cutting Hibs open, but when they do get set pieces, they do have a real aerial threat. Any sort of quality into the box, they've got a good chance.
MOHSNI. Well, as it stands, Hearts will win the league today, but there's an hour to go. Things can change, almost certainly will. Wallace. Shields. Wallace. Away by Hanlon. Murdoch. Wallace. It's a foul by Scott Allen. Another free kick for Rangers.
Well, you see what I mean by the aerial threat. That's Lee Wallace getting the ball into the box. He gets brought down here. Scott Allen just getting far too close to him. But earlier on, getting the ball into the box. The left wing back, the right wing back, Darren McGregor's right in the centre of the goal.
Well, Rangers have already sent a few crosses in. Will one of them count? They need a decent delivery for starters from Nicky Law, but it's too long. Another waste.
It really is such a waste. I mean, when you've got such an aerial threat, to not give them any sort of opportunity at all, really not good enough from Law.
There's been absolutely nothing on target from either side yet. Come on, give us a shot on target, someone. Malonga. He's caught by MOHSNI. Claiming that he got the ball, but Willie Collum disagreeing totally.
Malonga receiving it from a throw-in. I think he's done by there, MOHSNI. He won that ball cleanly.
Paul Hanlon to take this. Fontaine looking to help it on. Away by MOHSNI. Clark. Miller. Can Lee Wallace get to this? It's looking unlikely because McGeoch was back covering. tidying up. Shields. Willie Collins going to bring that back for a foul by Allen.
Yeah, he certainly was a foul. Scott Allen, I think, is frustrated, trying to get the ball down, miscontrolled and then slid in on Murdoch. Hibs can't get their game going yet.
Zaliukas. Murdoch. Stopped by Stevenson. Friday now giving Malonga something to chase here. Mosney is with him. Allen. Fivey. Scott Robertson now. David Gray. That's a clear foul from Lee Wallace. We've heard that whistle a lot in this first half.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of these silly fouls. Lee Wallace coming through the man to get the ball, but allowing Hibs an easy opportunity here to get the ball into the box and threaten this Rangers defence.
Scott Allen has wasted the free kick. There's a Fivey have made a little dash for him, but overcooked.
Well, we've seen a lot of free kicks and so many of them wasted. I think that one was off the training ground. They'd worked on that before, but clearly the weight of the pass far too heavy. A lot of wasteful opportunities to get decent quality into the box.
The football not flowing from Alan Stubbs' side yet. They've not been able to get into their usual stride. When they do, they can be a really good watch. Clash of heads. Scott Robertson coming off worse.
I think he's actually doing really well out on that right-hand side in terms of winning the ball in the air. Dan McGregor is pushing further forward. He's allowing Rangers to get a bit more territory in the last third. They're not really doing a lot with it, but he's doing well in the air.
Malonga. Fontaine. Helped on by JJ. Malonga. Fontaine. Malonga. And McGregor has to concede the corner.
Lazy pass really from Malonga. He should have played it out wider. Just allowing McGear to get a ball into the box, but pressure still on with the corner.
Scott Allen will send it straight in. Cammy Bell did well there. Fivey. Stevenson. Down McGregor, bloodied. And if they spot that, he'll have to have a bit of treatment and probably a change of shirt, because we can't have a speck of blood on the shirt these days. Flicked on by Miller, here's Clark. Up in the air from Fontaine. Willie Collins is now spotted, I think. Yeah, Darren McGregor will require a bit of treatment. Wash that blood off.
Well, McCall will hope that this gets done quickly. I've seen so many times when teams go down to 10 men, even for a short time, that they can be punished.
McGeoch. And now Robertson. Nicky Law covering Gregor's position. Hanlon. Allen. Fivey. Moving away from Murdoch here, Fraser Fivey. Potential for a handball from MOHSNI, although might have been off his chest. No Hibs players. Wallace. And across came Scott Robertson. McGregor still being patched up. Change of shirt. Rangers were taking a while to take that throw and hope they could have got McGregor back on. He does return now. Man with no name or number. Final 5 minutes of the first half. It's Lee Wallace with a throw. Aimed towards MOHSNI. It'll be a corner to Rangers.
Well, Nicky Law will surely give his teammates something going attack here. He can't waste another opportunity.
Can Rangers hit the front before half-time here? What a lift that would give them. Change of ploy. Nicky Law to Lee Wallace. Well, that could be a little awkward. And Oxley hasn't got too near it. Found his route block. But it ends up with a goal kick.
I think his route was blocked, team, but I think it was from one of his own defenders. As soon as it goes high up into the air, Oxley's off his line, wanting to attack it. And it was actually Nicky Clark who stepped across him. A shot from Wallace, nowhere near the target. Yet again, promising set play comes to nothing.
Zaliuka's hurt amid the scramble. David Gray also limping. Fontaine. It was all rather needless and pointless. McGeoch. JJ helps it on. Steered away by MOHSNI to Wallace. It's Gray. Like he just stumbled there, but he has got the free kick.
I think you're right. He did stumble. He lost control. Stuart McCall can't believe it. We won't lip read that one.
Paul Hanlon to take this. Hibs through and through. Shields. He's tripped by JJ. Couple of minutes left in this first half. Now Nicky Clark could be onto this. McGregor's in the box with Miller. Miller's flick. McGregor. And it's in from Lee Wallace. Rangers, due a performance, due a result. They have the lead just before the break at Easter Road.
Well, the three at the back has worked for Rangers here, because look at the influence of McGregor and Wallace. Just the long ball finds Clark, the ball into the box early. Look where McGregor is. practically the role of the main striker. And right next to him is the other wide man, Lee Wallace. And he takes advantage here of a loose ball just to drive it with the aid of a slight deflection, I think, past Oxley into the roof of the net. The deflection is... But that's the two wing-backs doing really well for Rangers.
Lee Wallace edging his former club Hearts towards the title. First effort on target in the entire game results in a goal. Lee Wallace back in his home city. And he's just done his old club a turn. Hearts will be champions if Hibs fail to win here. And they've got some work to do with Hibs. Stuart McCall's Rangers in front. Two minutes to be added on in this first half. Scott Allen. Stevenson. Away by Nicky Law. And how will Hibs respond to this? Allen. Trapped here by Shields. Saw him off. McCulloch clear, but only as far as McGeoch. Robertson. Stevenson. Malonga. Stevenson in some space. Chargege down, looking for Allen. 5E. One minute down of stoppage time.
Well, his teammate was free, but Chargege in the middle of the goal just expected him to have an effort of some sort.
Fontaine now. Hibs looking for a reply, but they'll have to squeeze it in quickly with the first half drawing to a close. Scott Allen. Purposeful here. And McGregor stops it going for the corner. A matter of seconds remaining in the first half. And Stubbs Hibs have certainly not been themselves today. They've not been allowed to get going here at Easter Road. And it's Rangers who hold an advantage. There's only been one shot on target in the whole half. And Lee Wallace scored with it on his return to Scotland's capital. A goal that has given Rangers a lift and might mean quite a lot to his former club Hearts as well. It came at the end of a largely uneventful half, but it means a lot to the boys in blue. Half-time at Easter Road, Hibs 0, Rangers 1.
Well, the aggregate score from the three previous league meetings says Hibernian 9, Rangers 1. So Rangers going ahead for the first time against Hibs this season is already quite an achievement for them. Neil McCann will talk us through why their change of shape has led to, so far, a change of fortune for them. And it could mean so much for Lee Wallace's former club.
Sky Sports coverage of the SPFL sponsored by William Hill.
Ford EcoSport, featuring keyless entry with power button to help you go further. Available from £179 per month.
What's this? Betfair are offering all new customers an enhanced price on the big game. So join today and get the price on screen right now. It's as simple as tap, tap, boom. This is play. This is Betfair.
Where am I? Oh, I could save you guys on your pound insurance.
Left, right.
Run!
Up.
Help!
Now get your free Brian toy when you buy car or home insurance through...
For 4 generations, Lavazza has been creating Italy's favorite coffee. Enjoy this authentic Italian pleasure in your home with the Lavazza Espria coffee machine. Lavazza, from Italy with passion.
You can fight all of these with one toothpaste. Colgate Total. Complete protection for a healthy mouth. Colgate Total, #1 toothpaste brand used by dentists.
Big, sleek it, towering pint of Belhaven bestie.
I hold you dearly to my chesty.
Scotland's best loved best. Belhaven best.
The power to switch energy supplier is in your hands. The government has now made it easier than ever to switch and save. Many could save around £200, some even more. Millions have already switched. Don't miss out. Start today at beanenergyshopper.com.
Laura Smith, you're our kind of person. You're a high-flying professional even when you're taxiing for takeoff. When others say, that's not my job, you make it your job. If anyone's giving extra, it's you, Laura. And at the Halifax, we think people who give extra should get extra back from their bank. Like £125 extra when you switch your current account to us. Laura, welcome aboard.
Head to skysports.com/ASICS and upload a pic of your running routine for your chance to win a trip to the Frankfurt Marathon with all the luxury extras. ASICS.
Your empire is how the world will remember you. It's where your dreams come to life. But you must not delay. Plan quickly, build quickly, or be destroyed quickly. Will you build an empire that lasts forever? Will you be my hero?
Game of War. Play for free now from the App Store.
Sky Sports coverage of the SPFL sponsored by William Hill.
It's been very even here at Easter Road, but Rangers are ahead. The only shot on target was Lee Wallace's goal just before half-time. But other than that, as you can see, pretty much even Steven in all parts, in all measurable parts of the game. Well, Rangers restructured their lineup today, their shape. Why has it made a difference?
It was good from Stuart McCall. He addressed the teammate he was playing. He adjusted the formation to stop Hibs controlling at midfield that we spoke about. Because they play the diamond and there's a real freedom about that diamond, they can be hard to control if you're playing the flat four. because they get in between you. But with the formation change with the 3 to deal with the 2 strikers and the 4 in front of that, and then Dean Shields, they've been able to contain Hibs in terms of the possession of the ball, and the back 3 have dealt really well, which hopefully I'll get to speak about Malonga and JJ. So they've dealt with that, but also not only that, if you want to win a game of football, it's not just about when you don't have the ball, it's when you do have the ball, taking a little bit of risk, and that's when they get their goal. Lee Wallace up, McGregor up on one side, Kenny Miller willing to get into the box where it hurts, and they get their rewards from it.
Does the 3 at the back allow Wallace more space to get forward?
It does, but I just want to highlight here, David, there's something that's quite crucial. You can see David Gray right next to the referee there, circled the Hibs player, okay? So he's detached from his right back his full-back position. And Paul Hanlon down in the other circle jersey for Hibs, he's the right centre-back. Now, he's going to get dragged out to cover Nicky Clark here at the bottom of our picture. Centre-backs don't want to go there, and it just causes chaos. And as we run it on, the right-back's gone, so we run it on now. Mohsni's quick enough, you can see that they're exposed in that right-back area. They've pinged their nice ball to Nicky Clark. Watch Lee Wallace there, he just takes off, gambling that McGregor on the other side is going to get in there and do a job for him. He does it, and that's what I mean about the formation that Stuart McCall has chosen today. He's going a little bit risky. He knows he's going to be open in the wide areas, playing the 3, but he's got 2 guys that are willing to get into the box and try and get on the offensive side, not only doing the defensive side, but try and make up in the final third and be a threat, and they were in that goal. It was brilliant, but it comes from David Gray gambling, leaving the full-back area exposed. Then Paul Hanlon gets dragged out where he doesn't want to go, and then the goal's is history.
How do Hibernian get back into this game and record an 8th consecutive victory? Because that's what they're aiming for today. Great momentum behind them and confidence.
Well, for me to play against the 3 up top against Rangers 3, I think at times that Malonga and JJ have gone wide, and I think Rangers are comfortable with that because McCulloch's in the middle. For me, I would want the 2 strikers to get closer and maybe try and come to a side. That then will narrow the 3 and leave bigger gaps, because McGregor's staying wide, Wallace is staying wide. That will allow Allen and Fivey to get into those bigger gaps, and I think they'll get joy from that. But just now they're playing too wide, and the back 3 of Zalewskis, Mohsni and McCulloch are very, very comfortable. I think Murdoch has been absolutely fantastic for Rangers. He's been dogged, he's been running around, he's been trying to bite into tackles, plus he's been trying to play it, and it's brilliant from the kid.
And are Rangers growing in confidence?
Yeah, well, listen, the game of football and sport in general is all about confidence. Hibs are flying because they're playing a nice, attractive football, but they're confident. Rangers are 1 ahead. I said they're fragile. Can they have enough confidence to hold on? I don't know.
Yes, because Hibs are certainly playing with confidence at the moment. Should be a smashing second half. And there's Jackie McNamara Sr., the Dundee team manager's father, of course, presenting a cheque from Hibernian Supporters Trust to the club. The second half is next.
Sky Sports coverage of the SPFL sponsored by William Hill.
Right now at Sainsbury's, you could double the value of your Nectar points to spend on electricals, entertainment, 2 clothing, and much more with Nectar Rewards Double Up.
This one doesn't crunch the numbers. He knows things don't always run to form. He lets his gut do the talking.
Take it.
And right now, his gut is telling him about Captain Nimrod here. When you know, you know you know.
That one.
Where am I? Oh, where? Help me, Brian. I can save you guys on your pound insurance.
Left, right.
Run! Up. Help!
Now get your free Brian toy when you buy car or home insurance through... Arthur, look after me, brothers. Keep my head down.
From Academy Award winner Russell Crowe. 3 sons killed. Comes an epic story.
I'm on my way to Gallipoli.
There's nothing there but ghosts. Inspired by true events.
Your son, he was taken prisoner. He did not die here.
The Water Diviner, in cinemas April 3rd.
That's it, get rid of the invisible car. Dave thinks it's easier if we simply communicate that we don't have any hidden fees.
Quickquid.co.uk for more information.
I'd murder thou with scampi fries.
Lamb kebabs. Mum's steak pies.
Scotland's best love best. Belhaven best.
Thank yous. It's great getting them from someone unexpected, and I really didn't expect to get one from my bank. But Lloyds Bank paid me back for a pair of shoes I bought on a card, and simply said, it's on us. Apparently they surprise thousands of customers like me every month, on anything from some fancy cupcakes to a pair of plane tickets. It's just their way of saying, thank you.
It's on us, from Lloyds Bank.
When things go wrong, how does your home insurer deal with your claim? At NFU Mutual, when it comes to making a claim, we will not quibble. If you can't stay at home, we'll quickly give you an initial £500 and find alternative accommodation. To find out more, have a proper conversation with us. Visit nfumutual.co.uk. It's about time.
Head to skysports.com/ASICS and upload a pic of your running routine for your chance to win a trip to the Frankfurt Marathon with all the luxury extras.
The power to switch energy supplier is in your hands. The government has now made it easier than ever to switch and save. Many could save around £200. Some even more. Millions have already switched. Don't miss out. Start today at beanenergyshopper.com.
Time for those 7 magic words. It's lights out and away we go. We go again. Lewis Hamilton wins the Australian Grand Prix.
Keep pushing, keep pushing.
It is wheel to wheel. Will do very nicely indeed, I'm sure.
Next up, Malaysia.
The eyes of the golfing world now turn to Augusta and Rory McIlroy.
Sky Sports coverage of the SPFL sponsored by William Hill.
I heard it was like a black man scored, that's not counted as a goal. So like, that's coming from my own fans. I was like, well.
He was a pioneer. He was one of the pioneers.
He was always on the edge of your seat whenever Cannaville got the ball.
He was an important person, not just for his playing, and more so for what he represented.
Black and Blue, the Paul Cannaville story, is tonight at 7 o'clock on Sky Sports 1. Super Sunday is on this afternoon. Liverpool against Manchester United, followed by Leaders Chelsea off to Hull. That's on Sky Sports 1. And then at 7:30, it's La Liga and the El Clasico. Barcelona, 1 point clear of Real Madrid. They clash at the Nou Camp. It's on Sky Sports 5 and Sky Sports 1 at 7:30. Meanwhile, here in the Scottish Championship,
McGregor's in the box with Miller. Miller's flick, McGregor! And it's in from Lee Wallace!
and that is Keith Watson of Hibernian, the right back, so could be a change there. Presumably David Gray hasn't recovered from that knock he got, I think, from his own goalkeeper in the first half. As it stands, Heart of Midlothian are 45 minutes away from clinching the SPFL Championship. Let's rejoin our commentators for the second half of this one. It's Andy Walker and first Ian Crocker.
Yeah, David Gray has been struggling lately with a groin problem anyway. He is replaced by Keith Watson, who arrived during the winter window on loan from Dundee United. And it will be Hibs to start the second half. Hibs haven't been able to get their game going today, and you have to give Rangers credit for that. Plus, Rangers scored with the only shot on target in the first half. Towards the end of that half, as it stands, Hearts will be crowned champions today. Nicky Law at the start of the second half, but Oxley will claim that eventually. Poor kick from Cammy Bell, but actually worked out okay. Nicky Clark on to the goal scorer Lee Wallace. Keith Watson stops it going for the corner. Lee Wallace will take this throw. MOHSNI offering a first port of call. Worsley not too near that. Miller, 5e. JJ to put his boot back on. Wallace giving Rangers an advantage here. Can they maintain that advantage? Cammy Miller blocking McGee up there.
I think it suits Rangers to make it stop-start. I think it's working for them today. It's an ugly game that they're playing. I think they appreciate maybe not as good as Hibs at playing football, but you need to find a way to win, and so far it's working well.
Protected by Cammy Bell, who looked like he might have injured himself with that kick out a while ago. He was not looking comfortable, and that's why Lee Robinson, sub-keeper, is warming up. That'd be typical of Cammy Bell's season if he did have to go off. Stuart McCall's plan has come together so far at Easter Road. Scott Allen to take this for Hibs. With Stevenson nearby, but not now. Fontaine. 5e seemingly caught by Zaliukas, but Scott Allen's away anyway. McGregor got in his way. Here's a 5e, still struggling after taking that knock from Zaliukas.
Well, 5e just lays it off. He's caught a hold of his Achilles, I think. Don't think he meant it, but certainly a scrappy game so far. Frustration etched all over Alan Stubbs' face.
Dug out a new shirt for him after it was bloodied in the first half. Goal kick off Kenny Miller. Stuart McCall never lost on this ground with Motherwell, and it's going his way again. Now he's in charge of Rangers. Dean Shields facing his former club. High into the sky from Hanlon. Won by MOHSNI. Met by Hanlon. That's a foul by Murdoch on Allen. Hibs hoping to find their way into this game. It's been a struggle for them so far. Malonga. 5e. Watson has been robbed here by Wallace. And Hibs could be exposed if he can pick out the right pass here. Lee Wallace gets it back from Miller. Miller! And Rangers failing to make the most of that. Nicky Clark was absolutely begging for a pass.
I can't believe Lee Wallace didn't play that into the box. Nicky Clark was all alone. A man of his experience, you would think, on a 3v2, he'd get it to the man who was free.
Popped out by Watson. Another throw for Wallace.
Well, Wallace did so well to rob Keith Watson deep in his own half to set up that 3v2 challenge.
Really Colin urging Lee Wallace to get a move on here. Wallace towards MOHSNI, away by Hanlon. McCulloch across. It's a throw for Hibs. Watson. Shields. Caught by McGeoch. No punishment.
Well, Dylan McGeoch comes in here to Lee Shields. The referee was close to it earlier on. That push in the back from Nicky Clark. Fontaine has to be a bit careful. Clearly Dean Shields has got a problem here with his hamstring. Well, you look at Lee Clark, it's 3v2 for Rangers. Excellent 1-2 there, but it's got to go in now for Nicky Clark. I can't believe that Lee Wallace tried to cut inside there. Those two passes were excellent. That ball there has got to go into the middle for Nicky Clark, who was free for a first-time finish.
Lee Wallace's goal, the difference though. And Shields back on his feet. Shields returns. Hibs still can't get any sort of flow going. JJ. Held back there by MOHSNI. Advantage played. Robertson. Watson. MOHSNI on hand. It's gone out. Nicky Clark is down now. Stop, start, stop, start.
Yeah, and it suits the team who are a goal in front. Clark would feel as though he could have had an opportunity earlier. Nicky Clark there just winning that ball with Hanlon. Look at Nicky Clark here earlier on. I tell you what, he's playing a dangerous game, Fontaine, with two hands in the back.
JJ, Malonga, Bell will claim that. Nicky Law. McGregor. Miller in there, but it's off Hanlon for a Rangers corner, and the visiting fans behind that goal are liking that.
That's excellent from Rangers. I mean, that's Darren McGregor receiving that ball as a striker. He's playing as a wing-back. And Nicky Law has played a, what, 20, 30-yard pass into his chest. Really good determination and running power from McGregor.
The three centre-halves are waiting. It's an open, windy corner there, hence to keep the ball in place. Nicky Law takes, Zaliukas. And Kenny Miller, the acrobatics.
Yeah, Kenny Miller here, starting in the middle in front of the goalkeeper, finding his way into a yard or so of space at the back post, just looking for that athleticism and agility to get a difficult ball on target.
Fivey. It's rather wild by Fraser Fivey, who immediately offers an apology. Robertson. The corner to encourage Hibs as they pursue an equaliser. Scott Allen's corner. Hanlon! Totally unmarked there.
Yeah, he's the only one who went to meet this driven ball from Scott Allen. You look at Hanlon with the time and the space, he's really got to do better. Again, you're not asking him to score, but keep it alive, keep it in the danger area.
He has scored 3 times this season, which is the best scoring season of his career. The flick from Wallace. Watson now for Fivey. Malonga. McGeoch. Searching past that. Offside against Jarjeje.
Good ball to play the long diagonal. JJ just edging offside. He's got the ability, Dylan McGeoch, to play that 40, 50-yard pass, but JJ has to time that run a bit better.
Well, Rangers pretty much strolled through League 2 and League 1 on their way to this level. But they have certainly found the going tougher in the Championship. There's a Fivey almost giving himself a problem there. Allen's clearance cannoned off Fivey. They're bobbling about here and there. McGeoch now. Allen. Just overrun it. Fivey. Allen. Shields in front of Allen. Miller. Nicky Clark chasing this. Totally on his own at the moment. Waiting for others to arrive, and whilst he was waiting, let the ball run behind. And Hibs are quickly getting into the swing of things.
Did so well initially, Nicky Clark, but he realised he didn't have any support. Had to buy himself some time and ran out of space.
Robertson. MOHSNI takes charge. Hanlon.
boot at the moment. Trying to mark the JJ.
Now we get a chance to put it back on. Allen. Zaliukas. Clark, Miller. Looked like a handball there from Hanlon. Robertson. 5-8. Free kick for Hibbs. Mosney, the defender.
Yeah, just as Fivey lays that off, that's the foul. To be fair to Willie Collum, he tried to let the advantage go, and Hibs, I think, are finding a bit of their passing range. Stepped it up just a gear or two.
Scott Allen to take it. Met by Zaliukas. Retrieved here by Watson. Gone back by Wallace. And shrugs off Watson. And Nicky Clark not able to do much with that. And a trip from Malonga of Zaliukas, although the offside flag was up as well.
Well, Nicky Clark's a lucky one there, because when the ball's played up to him, he's really got to do better. Got to have a better first touch, let his teammates get up and support.
It's been a right old scrap at Easter Road today. Rangers' lead remains intact. And Hearts are less than 30 minutes away from returning to the top flight of Scottish football. Today could be the day for Hearts. The day that was always coming for them, they just didn't know when. On by McGregor, Hamlin and Fontaine conspire to clear. Shields, Mosney, Fivey, McGeoch, Scott Allen, Scott Allen, always heading wide.
It's not a bad option, have a pop from distance. You can't always pass through your opponents. There's nowhere near the target, Scott Allen, but it's a decent option.
Hibs have won 9 of their last 10 games. Draw with Rafe Rovers here, their only stumble. Wallace's goal, only the second they've conceded in the last 7 matches. Can they find a way to goal themselves? Lewis Stevenson. Fivey grounded. He cries for a penalty. Also from the fans.
Good refereeing from Willie Collum. The other linesman was flagging for a foul, but he's let play continue.
Mosney finding Kenny Miller. It's Clark. It's a brilliant block.
That's a big save from Mark Oxley, because Rangers did so well here. Credit to Willie Collum for his refereeing. Clearly onside. Nicky Clark doesn't want to take it on his left.
And now an opening. JJ can't send it across to Malonga.
Why did he not pull the trigger? I mean, you're in the box, you've got a free sight of the goalkeeper. He's trying to find Malonga in the middle when it wasn't on. Well, you see here the mistake from MOHSNI. And JJ's through. He's got to pull the trigger there. He knows he's got a teammate to his left, but with a free shot at goal, he's got to have an attempt here, surely.
Malonga. Impetus about Hibs now, but Lee McCulloch across. JJ has stayed down. Might get another stoppage. Haven't had one for a few seconds. JJ has got back on his feet just.
Well, JJ on the stretch here with Lee McCulloch. Actually, in the art of trying to get the ball, connects with McCulloch and picks up a knock. But what an opportunity he had there to get an equaliser.
Well, Paul Hanlon certainly invented a second Rangers goal here.
Yeah, he did ever so well. Initially I thought it was a goalkeeping save, but when Clark tries to get that shot away, Hanlon's desperate lunge gets a blocker.
A lively few minutes, but still 1-0 to Rangers. Murdoch. Hanlon for Fivey. And back. Looks like Martin Boyle might be coming on soon for Hibs. Lewis Stevenson. McGeoch. Watson was coming in, but it's flown away from him.
Again, it's a right ball from McGeoch. I think he spotted a really good run from Keith Watson. Look at him at the top of the picture. Gets away from Wallace, just half a yard. That's all he needs. But the ball into him was just slightly heavy.
Well, they call him keeping an eye on any possible time wasting. It's been a frustrating day so far for Alan Stubbs. Can they rescue it here?
Yeah, a different test for him and his team. Huge favourites going into today's game. They've gone a goal behind. They're not at their best. What sort of reaction will his team come up for?
So JJ. Malonga. McGeoch. Cleared by Zaliukas. Hanlon and Fontaine both went for that. It still worked out. Robertson now for Keith Watson. And it's a corner for Hibs as the quest for an equaliser goes on.
They are more lively this half, Hibs. Playing with a lot more purpose, precision in their passing.
Scott Allen's corner. Watson wide.
Again, it's a driven ball. Rangers, I think, have got a good aerial presence there, not allowing any of the Hibs players to get a free hit of the ball.
So JJ is going to be replaced here by Martin Boyle, who came to Easter Road during the winter window on loan from Dundee when Alex Harris went the other way on loan. Will he provide an answer for Hibs here? We're into the final quarter. Here's Wallace. And Clark! And it's been sent behind for a corner, but that was very close.
Well, again, it's Wallace who's been one of the main threats for Rangers in an attacking sense. Looks as though it comes off Fontaine. Not into the back of the net, thankfully for him. A yard or so wide.
Nicky Law's corner. MOHSNI actually fancying that. Unable to make a clean catch though. It matters not. It's going to be a yellow card for Murdoch. And he knows it.
I think it's a good foul. He's a young man, but he knows that Hibs are on the break here. Potentially got a man advantage. Quite happy to take a yellow card there.
Andy Murdoch, who's been a frequent starter of late. Only 20. Fontaine. Foul by Nicky Law. Willie's whistle has been heard a lot today. We're into the last 20 minutes. Zaliukas, McGeoch, tidy from Bill McGeoch. Fontaine over the head of Watson, but Scott Allen will keep this going. Straight back in from Allen, away by McGregor. Nabbed now by Miller. Murdoch. That's brushed off Nicky Law had it not done so. It would have found its way to Wallace, who's out of position now. Colour clutched by Cammy Bell. McGeoch screened by Zaliukas. Murdoch has found Clark, but there's no way past Fontaine. McCullough. Benny Miller. Lee Wallace again. Big chance here if Wallace can get it across. It's prevented from doing so by Hanlon.
Brilliant pass from Kenny Miller. The weight of it is perfect for Wallace. Keith Watson, I think, is sleeping, unaware of the pace that Wallace has to get in behind him.
Nicky Law's corner, away by McGeoch. Murdoch did well to return it to Nicky Law. Law turning Robertson inside out, headed clear by Hanlon, and Malonga will be first to it. Robertson, now 5-8. Wallace has got back. Fivey still delivered.
Yeah, he still got it in, but he was under pressure. Wallace did enough to put him off. Really doing 60-yard run forward, 60-yard back. Lee Wallace, great energy.
Hibs unbeaten in 13 matches. Is that run going to come to an end? Or can they salvage this? It's not been pretty from Rangers, but it has been effective. Rangers are going to bring on Ian Black shortly. You'll probably notice when he comes on. Former Hearts man. Allen. Malonga. Too far ahead of Watson. Ian Black, who was a sub around the half-hour mark here in December because it looked like he was determined to get himself sent off. Unbeaten in the 11 Edinburgh derbies with Hearts. He's going to replace Dean Shields here as Rangers seek to protect what they have at Easter Road, and what they have is a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, see the game out. All you ask for from Ian Black is to be effective for the team. Clearly, keep your discipline. But Rangers have got a chance here to give the whole squad a bit of a boost, give their supporters a bit of a boost, knowing that they can come up with some sort of plan to beat Hibs. We're going to be their, by all accounts, their main rivals alongside the likes of Falkirk and Queen of the South in these playoffs.
Quarter of an hour to go. Offside here against Nicky Clark. Rangers hoping to secure only a second win in 10 matches. McGeoch. Could this be promising? Scott Allen took a little nick on the way through. It'll be a corner.
Yeah, McGeoch did well driving at this Rangers defence, setting up just the yards of space that Scott Allen needed.
Scott Allen's corner, very long, looking like it's too long, although Hanlon tried his best, gets the throw. Watson, another throw. Bell, gratefully receiving that.
Yeah, he'll just kill it here, take his time to get this ball out. Rangers trying to manage a period of the game where concentration levels have to be so high.
Sam Stanton ready to come on for Hibs. McGeoch. McGeoch. Another corner for Hibs as they plug away.
I think what you're seeing now, Ian, is Rangers playing with pretty much 5 at the back. McGregor's been withdrawn. Lee Wallace is doing more defensive duties as Hibs make another change.
Scott Robertson is going off here. Sam Stanton coming on as a sub for the 17th time this season. Hibs first use sub, and he helped in their quest for a goal. Scott Allen's corner. McCulloch met it. 5-8. Malonga. McGeoch. Clever pass. Stanton just on. McCulloch closed the door.
Great pass from McGeoch right into the feet of Stanton in an area where he can come alive and make things happen.
5-8. That looks long as well, and we've said that about a few crosses and free kicks and corners this afternoon. It's the return of international football in the coming week. Scotland take on Northern Ireland at 7:30 Wednesday, Sky Sports 5, Sky Sports 1. And then they face Gibraltar in a Euro qualifier. That's next Sunday, 4:30, Sky Sports 1. Rangers hoping to stop the rot of 5 successive draws. Miller. It's Kenny Miller. And he scores! Today's the day for a Rangers win, it seems. And today's the day for a Hearts title, it seems.
Well, you've got 5, 6 players surrounding Willie Collum here. They thought it was going to be a foul. He's booked Paul Hanlon. But Kenny Miller takes advantage, and all credit to him. Play to the whistle. This ball here, it looks a clear foul from Lee Wallace, but Miller takes advantage. There's no whistle from Willie Collum. That looks like a foul from Lee Wallace on Hanlon. Miller takes advantage and kills the game. It was his pass, and then he's still on the move to get into the box, keep his composure, and put it past Oxley.
He's got a yellow card for this celebration. Kenny Miller's first goal of 2015. It comes with 10 minutes remaining at Easter Road. It comes against his former club, the 8th time he scored against them since leaving them. I think Paul Hanlon did get a yellow card as well for his protests. Allen. Stevenson. Rangers closing in on a rare victory. Well, everyone seemed to stop thinking there was a foul. Kenny Miller didn't. He carried on. He scored.
Well, there's Friday getting a knock away from Ian Black. Willie Collum sees this as a foul, and Hibs have a chance to get back into the game late on.
Can Hibs make it uncomfortable for Rangers? Scott Allen to take this. Away by Zaliukas. Allen. Keep control. Got his crossing as well, but MOHSNI met it. Back by Fyvie.
I've seen Rangers in recent weeks, Ian. I haven't seen them work as hard as they have this afternoon. There's been a lot of energy, running power, a will to win. Clearly, Stuart McCall has made a bit of a difference, and the system has helped. It's given them a lot of territory in Hibs' defensive line.
Boyle, going back by Black. Harris Vukic is going to be on shortly for Rangers. Place off Kenny Miller, but here's Nicky Clark. There have been so many abject displays from Rangers this season. Little wonder their fans were all over Kenny Miller when he scored. Not been much to shout about. McCulloch across to Pip Boyle to it. Kenny Miller might well have done the job here for Rangers against his old club.
Well, look at Miller here. He plays it past first time, but doesn't stop. That's a clear foul in my book. Willie Collum doesn't give it. Too many of the Hibs players stopped, expecting a foul. But Miller, to his credit, takes advantage and is ruthless with his finishing.
Vukic has scored in his last 2 games. One of 5 players on loan from Newcastle, but the only one who's played in the Championship. Confirmation that Paul Hanlon was booked for his protests in the aftermath of that second goal.
Now you talk about surrounding referees. Hibs had about 5 or 6 players surrounding Willie Collum. You can understand their frustration.
McGeoch. Rangers have been stubborn. They have defied Hibs today. Well drilled, well organised, a definite sign of progress under Stuart McCall. Eager to stamp his mark on things as quickly as possible. Hibs need a goal ASAP to spark a possible comeback. Fivey. McGill. Hanlon and Fontaine have stayed up. Watson. MOHSNI stepping out. Bukic. Wallace again. Striding forward.
Top man for Rangers today, Lee Wallace. Terrific going forward. Excellent defensively. No wonder he's breathing hard at the moment.
MOHSNI. Offside this time. It's Wallace. But he's had a very good game. Interested spectator today. Whitney Merciless from the Houston Texans, linebacker in the NFL, currently on holiday in Edinburgh. What a great name, Whitney Merciless. The Rangers have been merciless at Easter Road, not allowing Hibs any room to manoeuvre. Boyle. Flipped away by MOHSNI. It will go for the corner. Rangers 4-0 defeat here in December was their first in 13 visits to Easter Road to play Hibs. And after losing the previous 3 league encounters, it would appear to be payback time. Can Hibs rally late on? Scott Allen's corner, away by MOHSNI. Fivey. Fivey's cross, just eluding Fontaine.
Yeah, just like so many of the crosses from Hibs today, just a bit too heavy. Rangers defending in numbers, not allowing Fontaine to get a free run at it.
Rangers will move within 3 points of Hibs. It's not happened today for Alan Stubbs' side, but they will still have plenty to offer. It still could be a memorable season for them. They have a Scottish Cup semi-final to come against Peter Houston's Falkirk. Mind you, Falkirk have had the edge in the league meetings between the sides, winning 2 and drawing 1. Murdoch, Clark. Boyle. Flipped away by MOHSNI.
Well, he did well to recover because his initial positioning was awful to allow that ball over the top.
Rangers are certainly grafted for this victory. Nicky Law, Wallace, Bukic. Black. Law. Rangers playing with the freedom now. Murdoch. McGregor. Bukic taking on Watson. We've got a little touch on it. Rangers simply had to give their fans a performance here today. Mind you, they've been waiting for one for a while.
I've seen them a couple of times in the last 2 weeks, Ian. They have been lifeless. Awful football, awful results. Today they've come alive. I think the system has helped them. It's allowed them a lot of possession in the last third. It's given the players a bit of a lift. And a few weeks ago, you wouldn't have given Rangers anything, a chance in the playoffs. Now they've come to the home of Hibs and shown that they can win big games.
The playoffs are going to be rather interesting as we move into 4 minutes of stoppage time at Easter Road. Elsewhere in the city of Edinburgh, there'll be big celebrations tonight for Hearts, who are heading back to the top flight after an outstanding season. And as if that wasn't good enough, their city rivals are getting beat as well to make it happen. Away by McGregor. Vukic. Couple of home games coming up for Rangers against Cowdenbeath and Hearts.
Tell you what, he's lost his discipline there, Scott Allen. Silly foul. Well, he thought he was foul earlier on. Vukic gets the ball again. He comes in from the back. You see Scott Allen's left leg down the Achilles of Vukic. Deserves his yellow card. Lost his discipline there. He thought he was fouled here. He was so frustrated. Look at his reaction here. Vukic wants to shake his hand, but nothing there from Allen.
McGregor has done well in that wing-back role. And he's got away from Stevenson here. Taking on Fivey then, but it's a goal kick.
Well, he's getting a round of applause from the Rangers supporters, and no wonder, alongside Lee Wallace. He's had a terrific 90 minutes. And the other thing, of course, this puts a real seed of doubt into a Hibs side that had so much momentum before today.
McGill. Fivey. Allen. Summing up Hibs' deck. A day to forget for them, but in fairness, there haven't been many of those lately. Hibs heading for only a second defeat in 23 games. Stuart McCall about to rack up his first win as Rangers manager.
That's exactly what you have to do as Rangers manager, no matter what the circumstances are, no matter the state of the club. When you've got players on that pitch, you have to deliver victories, and Stuart McCall is off and running now.
He'll be a relieved man. Promising signs from Rangers today, but then there simply had to be. They could not go on as they were. Watson. There is life in Rangers yet, and they've set the standard here for the way they should approach their run-in. A long overdue win and a gritty performance to match. Lee Wallace fired them in front at the end of the first half. Kenny Miller added a rather controversial second, and Rangers relieved to stop the rot of draw after draw after draw. But also today, this result means the Hearts are back in the top flight. They set their standard from the off and never let up. They showed others how to do it. Hibs get beat and Hearts win the league. Oh, to be a jambo in Edinburgh today. Well done to the Championship champions Hearts. It finishes here at Easter Road. Hibs 0, Rangers 2.
Yes, in the week that the moon blocked out the sunshine, even on Leith, Hearts have won the title. Hibernian and Rangers have been totally eclipsed by Hearts. Congratulations to the winners of the championship, the Heart of Midlothian. It's the first defeat for Hibernian in 15 League and Cup games. Rangers, first win in 6 after a run of 5 draws, and Lee Wallace indicating he was doing it for the badge today, and they had to make a show of it today after such a disastrous couple of months, and they give their new manager his first win in charge, and they laid down a marker as well for the playoffs, because they will almost certainly have to play Alan Stubbs Hibernian in the playoffs. Well, there's confirmation. The yellow line means that the Heart of Midlothian are indeed the champions. In the words of their club song, though we sometimes go down, we can I go back up, and they have just done that. They're the talk of the tune for sure. 23 points of Hibernian with 21 left to play for. Hibs are 3 points clear of Rangers. McCall's side of a game in hand, of course, and Rangers move 5 above Queen of the South, but Queens are still very much in the mix for the playoffs. They're in that final playoff spot. Remember, 2nd, 3rd and 4th are in the mix for the SPFL Premiership playoffs. Plenty of reaction to come from this game. There's more live football throughout the afternoon on Sky Sports. A cracker at Anfield. Liverpool against Manchester United on now on Sky Sports 1. The leaders Chelsea got a Hull at 3:30 in the second game on Super Sunday. And then it's El Clasico tonight at 7:30 on Sky Sports 5 and Sky Sports 1 as well. Barcelona a point ahead of Real Madrid. We've got 2 more games to come from Scotland in the next 7 days, both involving the national side. Scotland take on Michael O'Neill's Northern Ireland at Hampden Park. Join us from 7:30 on Sky Sports 1 and 5. And then we're on Sky Sports 1 next Sunday for the Euro 2016 qualifier, Scotland against Gibraltar. A lot to talk about. Hearts, Hibs and Rangers with Neil McCann. Controversial second goal, wasn't it? Should it have stood? Well, Rangers have laid down a marker ahead of the playoffs for the Premiership, but that won't bother Hearts. They are now there as champions. Congratulations to them.
Sky Sports coverage of the SPFL, sponsored by William Hill.
Amazon's new Fire HD packs a powerful quad-core processor, 2 cameras and a vivid HD screen. But that's not all. Because with 30 days free Amazon Prime for all new members, you can stream thousands of movies and TV episodes at no extra cost. Choose from over 500,000 books you can borrow for free and get unlimited one-day delivery on over 7 million items. It's more than just a tablet. The new Amazon Fire HD, starting at £79.
Sport. We all talk about it, but I get to live it. I get the VIPs from A to B. All right, Frank. Is the closest you get to sport? No, that's Betway. Live streaming, live odds, bet in play. Is whatever you think you know.
Right now, anything could happen.
With a free bet worth up to £50. Live sport, bet your way at betway.com.
Brilliant moments in Scotland are waiting right now to land on and surface from, end an evening with, and tuck into, to light up your eyes, to race you downhill, and maybe even stop you in your tracks. So don't miss a single one of them. Plan your brilliant break today at visitscotland.com.
This is a hotel. So is this, but not this. You are obviously in a hotel if your breakfast includes every food known to mankind. If there are chocolates on your pillow, and if your bathroom features toiletries for tiny people. You can book a hotel on hotels.com. Hotels for the hotels you can book, and .com because it's on the internet. Took us ages to come up with a name. Hotels.com, the obvious choice.
Life's unpredictable. You never know what today will bring. And if it means borrowing money, Sunny gives you the flexibility you need. You're in control. You could pay your loan off quicker. By making overpayments each month, you reduce the overall cost. You could even pay it off in full at any time, without penalties. Discover sunny.co.uk today, the flexible way to borrow from £100 up to £2,500.
Laura Smith. You're our kind of person. You're a high-flying professional, even when you're taxiing for takeoff. When others say, that's not my job, you make it your job. If anyone's giving extra, it's you, Laura. And at the Halifax, we think people who give extra should get extra back from their bank. Like £125 extra when you switch your current account to us. Laura, welcome aboard.
Andiamo a prenderci un caffè?
Adesso?
Abbiamo un ritmo che fa così. E questo ritmo vuol dire che il mio salvo.
Lo fanno bene il caffè qui.
Available now to buy and keep in Sky Store.
Your daughter's generation will be the last to survive on Earth. You're the best pilot we ever had. Get out there and save them.
Here we go. 5.
If we find a home, then what?
4.
All right, Enrique.
Yes, you are. 3.
You have no idea when you're coming back.
2. 1.
I love you forever, and I'm coming back.
Buy and keep Interstellar now. You'll get it straight to your TV and the DVD sent direct to your home. Buy and keep Interstellar in Sky Store now.
Sky Sports coverage of the SPFL sponsored by William Hill.
McGregor's in the box with Miller. Miller's flick, McGregor! And it's in from Lee Wallace! Miller. It's Kenny Miller. And he scores!
Hibernian have failed to beat Rangers in the league for the first time this season, a result that hands the title to their local rivals, Heart of Midlothian. It was an even game in terms of possession. Hibs shading it with 53-47, but Rangers win the game by 2-0. They had the only 3 shots on target in the game, scored by Lee Wallace and Kenny Miller, and they have joined Luke Shanley.
Lee, Kenny, very well done. Lee, did you prove a point to yourselves and to others today?
Yeah, I think so. I think pretty much everyone tuning in to watch the game, everyone at the game, maybe wouldn't have held much hope for us, but we've prepared really well for it. We knew the task ahead, but I thought the boys were phenomenal. Every single man, whether it be guys that never quite made it as a squad, we were prepared fantastically. We went out and we proved a lot of people wrong today.
It was a different system you played as well. How did that help you personally and the team?
I think obviously when they play the diamond, they tend to dominate the middle of the park. I think we got men in there with that system and we locked onto their key men, and that maybe allowed us to get it wide and go for it for there, and I felt we'd done that. Kenny, first goal since how pleasing is that?
Yeah, delighted. Obviously more so the fact that it's played its part in a vital win for us. Obviously you see the table, it just came up there. That's us 3 points behind Hibs now, and obviously now hope for the last 8 games we can kick on and finish as high up the table as we can. But delighted with the performance. Obviously as a striker it's always nice to be back on the score sheet.
Yeah, you mentioned now this battle for second. What does this do and how much confidence does it give you?
Well, let's hope it does, because I think we've had some, through the season, we've had some very positive performances, but we've quite not backed up with any kind of consistency. So hopefully this gives us a little bit of belief. Obviously Hibs have had a number this year, but I think in the last game we did play pretty well with that in defeat. and obviously today I think we're well worthy winners.
Well, Lee's the man of the match. Can you hand over the champagne, please?
Cheers, thanks.
Well done.
Cheers. Cheers, guys.
Well, Lee Wallace before the game said that Rangers were at an all-time low and it was a horrible situation. What a difference 90 minutes makes for his confidence. What made the difference today then?
Shape, application, a real desire to go and press the ball. I know Kenny gets his goal there and he played his part in the first goal. Thought that just the shape, Stuart McCall then today could have looked at it and thought, I'll go the 4-4-2 and I'll keep battling away, and I'll hope that the words that I've said all week and maybe the tempo of the training, that'll work. He didn't. He changed it. He battled Hibs in terms of, Lee Wallace said there, in terms of their midfield domination. He changed it to go tight in there. I thought Murdoch was absolutely outstanding for a young man to go into a game like that and a change of shape. I thought he was a real leader in the middle of the park, and I think Rangers have lacked leadership on the park at times this season. The wide boys.
They need a kid for leadership.
Well, no, I'm not saying they've got Lee McCulloch and they've got Lee Wallace, but I'm saying it's okay to wear the armband and you can shout and stuff, but sometimes a leader can be how someone goes and performs. And that little man was leaving his man and going closest to the ball and going putting pressure on people. Then if it went over his head or the ball moved to the side, he left him and he went and pressed someone else and he was barking instructions out. So no, it's not about because they needed a kid. He just took it upon himself to put in a real big performance. And there was a lot of big performances today. I said that I still believe Rangers had the squad that could go and get promotion, but they had to get their mindset right. They had to apply themselves properly, and they did both today.
Well, let's look at the second goal that really killed off Hibernian. Should it have stood? Should it have been stopped before for a foul?
Listen, we see free kicks, and sometimes you can give the referee a benefit of the doubt and say, OK, we need a couple of replays for that, and it might not have been conclusive. This is every bit free kick that you're ever going to see. Look at this, bang, cleans him out. That's like a foot sweep in a Karate Kid movie or something. How Willie Combe doesn't see that is absolutely beyond me. Now, Kenny Miller, fair play to him, he's played the ball in. Look at this, bang. Is there a clearer free kick there?
Now, Willie, as we know, likes a free kick, a card, a penalty.
He does.
Does he give a good view here? Is his view blocked by Lee McCulloch's Lee Wallace's body? I can't work it out.
Hold on, this will clear your question up here. Watches the balls, and I think he's got a pretty good view, do you not? How he doesn't see it, his hands are open there at the top of the picture. What's wrong with that? Well, what's wrong with that is Paul Hanlon's just been cleaned out and Rangers have gone and killed the game. But what is overlooked is Kenny Miller's willingness to go into the seconds, have a little gamble and have the composure we've seen all his career to go and bury the ball into the back of the net and get Rangers a very important 3 points, not because it gets them closer to Hibs, it gets them a little bit inside back over Hibs, because Hibs, rightly Kenny said there, have had their number. Today they didn't. I thought Rangers were brilliant in every department in terms of the shape, in terms of application within the shape and goal scoring.
Let's look at the first goal. We touched on the shape earlier there, and Lee Wallace touched on it in his interview as well. And we see one of the main beneficiaries of that in an attacking sense.
Yes, well, look, I've asked to get a little bit of highlight going in the still here. You can see the Hibs players who are very important and highlighted in green. David Gray is next to Willie Collum there. Now he's taken a chance and a gamble up the park. That leaves his right back area exploited because he's now out of there. The second Hibs player I want to point out is Paul Hanlon. He then has to leave his centre back position to go into the full back area, which leaves Fontaine isolated with Kenny Miller. And you can see the 4 blue rings there. I just take a little bit of time because they're quite important. Those guys are so important in this goal. Nicky Clark drags Hanlon out. Fontaine's asking Stevenson to get in beside him and support him. Lee Wallace is on his bike hoping for a seconds, and he gets it because Darren McGregor today was terrific in terms of getting himself in from the opposite wing and making himself a nuisance, and he gets the reward. The two wide players playing their part in the goal, and that set the tone for me today at times as a wide player's been able to be offensive, get into an aggressive position up the park and really just pin Hibs back.
Massive result then for Heart of Midlothian. It means that they are the champions, and next we'll be joined by the manager of the Scottish Championship winners. Robbie Nielsen will be joining us in a couple of minutes' time. Stay with us for that.
Sky Sports coverage of the SPFL sponsored by William Hill.
Your empire world will remember you. It's where your dreams come to life. But you must not delay. Plan quickly, build quickly, or be destroyed quickly. Will you build an empire that lasts forever? Will you be my hero?
Game of War. Play for free now from the App Store.
Every Goodyear tyre is made with a purpose. Made to protect. To carry you home. To enjoy. Goodyear. Made to feel good. The Goodyear Efficient Grip Performance with A-rated wet grip. Available now at Quick Fit. Goodyear. Made to feel good.
Head to skysports.com/ASICS and upload a pic of your running routine for your chance to win a trip to the Frankfurt Marathon with all the luxury extras. ASICS.
The inside track on the footers, my old meatball.
Look, Bet Victor has this offer right now.
Sweet.
For an enhanced price for new customers, Bet Victor.
The Mercedes-Benz C-Class from £309 per month.
Since I was 9, I've always dreamt of becoming a world champion. I remember coming into the gym. I've not seen anything like this. Grown men boxing, sweating, sparring. That's what I wanted. I knew it'd be tough, but here I am today.
Cal Brook comes home to make his first world title defence. Saturday on Sky Sports.
Sky Sports, your home of sport. Whenever you want, wherever you are.
Sky Sports coverage of the SPFL, sponsored by William Hill.
Cause all I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they stay there, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there.
Congratulations to the Heart of Midlothian, the champions of the SPFL Championship, and Heart are back in the Premiership at the first time of asking. Congratulations then to their head coach, Robbie Nielsen, who joins us now from Stirling. How does that feel, Robbie?
Yeah, it's a fantastic achievement. It's a great day for the club. You know, it's a testament to the support we've had all season from the fans, and the hard work from Anne Budge, Craig Levine and all the players. And they've been magnificent this season. Everything I've asked them to do, they've done it, and they deserve every minute of it.
What's been key for you, Robbie?
I think the key fact has been the hard work from the players. They bought into the change of training regime. We're working hard, and they've deserved everything. I couldn't ask any more. Every day at training they give everything. Every game they give everything to me, and to a man they've been fantastic this season.
How important was that first victory over Rangers in the first weekend of the season for you?
Yeah, I think it was a huge one for us in morale terms, also for the fans. a lot of times when you go to Ibrox and you go a go ahead and you lose a goal towards the end, you're hanging on, hoping you'll get a draw out of it. You know, but we went straight up the park again, scored another goal to get the 3 points. Now, I think it set the tone for the whole season, and it gave us a real belief that we can go on and win the trophy, and we've done it, which is magnificent.
You're 23 points clear with 21 to play for. You've won it by a country mile. We've known for weeks that you're going to win it. When did you realise that this was in the bag?
I don't think you take things for granted until you're finally over the line, but I think the Queen of the South game was a big one for us away from home. We went a goal behind and we had to fight back to get the 3 points, and we eventually got there. And from then on, I thought, you know, we've got a real chance of taking the league, and you know, to finally get over the line is magnificent for us, and it's a great day for the club. But you know, the fans have been, as I said earlier, magnificent for us, and they deserve everything they get today. You know, I'm sure they'll have a great night and a great few weeks.
The points record tally in the second tier is 89 points. Hibs got that back in 1999 in the old First Division. You, if you win all your games, could reach 99 points and smash that record. Is that your next target now?
Yeah, the next target is to win the next game. We've got a big game against Queen of the South at the weekend, and we want to just do what we've done all season, which is take it game by game. You know, if we could set a new record for the points, it'd be fantastic. But the objective for the season was to get promoted. We've done that, and now we need to, you know, reassess things for next season, but also continue to win games. You know, when you play at a club of Hearts stature, you have to win games, and that's what we need to do at the weekend.
Robbie, it's Neil McCann here. Congratulations, it's been a magnificent achievement. Superb job done.
Thank you.
Robbie, I know you've maybe been taken surprise, or maybe you've not been taken by surprise at how good this young team have been. We get winning the championship so early. Does that now allow you to fully focus on next year and give you a jump ahead of everyone that you can now start to build and get your plans in place?
Yeah, it definitely helps our recruitment. You know, we can now go, you know, and really source the players we want to get. We can speak to players. We can also speak to the players at the club and renegotiate the contracts and keep a hold of them, because there's some guys that have been fantastic for us this season that we need to try and get a hold of. So it does give us a bit of a head start, but you know, as everything in football, you have to win the next game as well. So we've still got 7 games to go, and we want to take maximum points from it. So you know, we won't be losing focus and looking too far ahead. Yes, we can plan, but we must make sure that when we play Queen of the South at home on Saturday, we get another 3 points.
Well, that's what I was going to say. My next question was, you've still got 7 games there. Have you set the boys' targets, and will we see you introducing some more of those young kids in the under-20s just to give a flavour of it and some experience should you need them next year?
Yeah, definitely. You know, we'll rotate the squad. You know, there's guys that haven't had a lot of game time this year that will get game time, but you know, we still have to win games as well. You know, when you, as I said, when you play at Club of Hearts stature, you have to win. You know, we can't be turning up at venues and losing. So we'll win the game first and foremost, and we'll have to try and also get players involved. You know, we've got a lot of young players that are coming through that could do a lot of game time, and it'll give them a good basis for next year as well. So you know, I expect to rotate the squad over the next few weeks.
Well done, Robbie. Cheers, mate.
Well, Robbie, enjoy the night tonight. I can see behind you there the Wallace Monument at Stirling there. You might have to build the Lee Wallace Monument at Tynecastle, because that was a crucial goal today. Enjoy your night, mate. Well done.
Thank you.
I tell you what, it must have been a tough coaching course for him today, with his mind elsewhere, elsewhere in events here. Now, yesterday they pushed themselves over the line with that win against Falkirk, and did this game, you know, against the last team, the only team to